Hi, my name is Alison Caplan. I'm Director of Education here at the National First Ladies Library in Canton, Ohio. Today we're going to learn about an entomologist. An entomologist is a scientist who examines bugs. And this is Anna Comstock. She is from the early 20th century, and she is best known for sort of breaking open the field of entomology for women. She was really into illustrating bugs. And here are some pictures of her honeybees that she drew. So in order to learn more about Anna, we're going to read a book called Out of School and Into Nature, the Anna Comstock Story, written by Suzanne Slade and illustrated by Jessica Lehman. From the time she was no higher than a daisy, Anna was wild about nature. She loved to hold it close in her fingers. She wanted to feel it, squish it between her toes, which was why she ran barefoot all summer long, raised slimy tadpoles into pet toads, and climbed tall trees instead of sitting in their shade. Sometimes Anna just sat watching. One of my joys was going barefoot from early spring until late autumn, she says. That's how she discovered nature's secrets. Leafy moths demonstrated the art of camouflage. Fuzzy bees showed her pollination, and marching ants explained all about teamwork. Through the years, Anna grew like a sunflower. So did her love of nature. Her mother taught her the names of wildflowers dancing in the meadow. At night, she whispered the names of the constellations twinkling in the velvety black sky. Back then, girls were supposed to get married after high school, but Anna's heart belonged to her first love, nature, so she took off for college to learn more of its secrets. Anna studied plants and insects she'd never seen before. Such thousands of insects I never saw before, she says. The more she learned, the more she wanted to share her discoveries, so she began to draw. Slowly, carefully. Her bugs looked so real, they almost crawled right off the paper. Amazed by her art, a professor started using her pictures during his lectures. Farmers studied her detailed sketches to identify hungry bugs stealing their crops. Anna was a fine artist, but she was a scientist too. Peering through her microscope, she studied delicate wings, legs, and antennae to create her art. In her day, most people thought men belonged in science, not women. Anna thought they were as nutty as an oak tree, so she kept on researching and drawing. She created illustrations for an insect book so others could learn about these tiny creatures. In time, she became a nature expert. Then one day, Anna made a surprising discovery. While visiting nearby schools, she realized they didn't have any nature classes. In fact, most New York schools weren't teaching about nature at all. It seemed other subjects were important, like reading, writing, and math. Anna knew this needed to change, and fast. So she decided to start by teaching the teachers. Anna grabbed her pen and wrote lessons about nature's marvelous mysteries. Caterpillars changing into graceful butterflies, water freezing into six-sided snowflakes, trees turning rain and sunlight into sweet sap. Her lessons captivated curious teachers. Soon, nature classes sprouted in schools everywhere. But Anna believed children should experience nature too. They needed to hold it close in their fingers, feel it, squish it between their toes. Then nature itself could teach children. So Anna asked teachers to take their classes outside. People thought she was crazy. Didn't she know school rules? Students learn inside. Students play outside. Determined, Anna didn't give up. She wanted children to become passionate about wildlife, to take care of the environment. Nature study cultivates in the child a beauty, a love of the beautiful. News of Anna's outdoor study spread faster than dandelion seeds on a windy day. Soon classes across New York, across the country, headed outside. Because Anna changed the rules, children realized how all living things are connected, unique, important, and they wanted to learn more. So Anna decided to create books about nature. Year after year, she wrote, she drew, but she always made time for her first love, nature. Anna held it close in her fingers, felt it squish between her toes until her very last days. So that's the story of Anna Comstock, and now you have a chance to make your own book to collect your nature drawings. And we have a sheet here with a bug jar where you can illustrate the bugs that you observe. So next we'll show you how to put this together. We've been talking about Anna Comstock, who is famous for her artwork of bugs. She was a scientist who studied bugs and drew pictures of them that helped farmers better study them and understand them. Here are some of her illustrations. So we're going to make our own garden book from a paper bag that lets us capture all the things we see in nature. So what you are going to do to create your own book with folders is take an old grocery bag, and it looks like this is the top of it, but what I actually did was cut off the bottom of the bag and then cut a long line here. So I have a long piece, and I took my handles off and I moved them. So I made it into 3 different sections, and you can section yours however you want. And then I took tape. I used this really cool washi tape with flowers on it because I wanted it to look like the flowers I see out in the garden. And then I used another bag to tape down little folders. And you can see sometimes glue is even better than tape. So it can hold pieces of paper to my 3 divided pieces parts. And I moved my handles here so that they become part of this portfolio. So when I fold it up, I can carry it around with me. And we created a really fun handout that's a bug jar. And you can use your bug jar to draw pictures of the bugs that you see in your neighborhood. If you don't feel comfortable drawing, one of the things you can do is grab a stamp pad and use your finger to make your bug. I didn't even have a stamp pad, so what I did was I took a marker and colored my finger and made a dot that way. And then I took my super cool crayons and drew little bug legs and some antennas and added some more details for my bug with my marker, just so, until I had my bug. So how are you going to catch these bugs and find them and observe them? Check out our video where we show you how to create your own bug motel that is a super cool bug hangout. Thanks for hanging out with me today.